My name is Romello Tugultschinow. My audience is my wife, Jasenia. This is my persuasive speech for speech communications. Today I'll be talking about why I think tobacco should be illegal. The sucking on cancer wrapped in paper that not only slowly kills you, but everyone around you sound appealing? No? Yeah, I didn't think so. Tobacco is one of the most devastating chemicals on the human body, and the dependence it causes is second to none. Yet for some reason, it's still legal and heavily accessible. Smoking is the leading cause of preventable death, is what the Center of Disease Control clearly states on the first landing page for tobacco education. This is just one of the many facts about the harm smoking tobacco causes. Not only is it extremely painful and harmful to the body, but it is detrimental enough to your health that even just secondhand smoke is enough to cause serious harm. Arguments can be made that tobacco is still relevant simply because it's been a lucrative industry for many decades. The economic upset and impact from companies manufacturing tobacco would be big enough for them to completely go under. Tobacco is killing over 1,000 people per day, and it is time for something to be done about that. And aside from all this, I believe in some major reasons for it to be illegal, such as the fact that there's absolutely no benefits from tobacco, it has negative environmental effects, and there's a serious mortality rate it causes in humans. The legalization of tobacco may not solve all the problems together, but it would decrease the amount of preventable deaths by a drastic amount. Smoking actually causes more deaths per year than HIV, AIDS, illegal drug use, alcohol use, motor vehicle accidents, and firearm incidents. It's difficult to determine why else, besides the massive economic impact, it's difficult to determine why it's still legal other than the massive economic impact. Not only for the United States, but the entire world has organizations and centers that tackle these issues, specifically epidemics like that of the tobacco epidemic. The World Health Organization publishes many horrifying facts in their release publications. For example, tobacco being the only legal drug that kills you when you use it exactly as intended by manufacturers. But just skimming the surface, tobacco users have an influx of disease and general health concerns. The longer a person smokes or is exposed to secondhand smoke, the higher their chances are for several conditions such as heart disease, respiratory diseases, and various forms of cancers. One of the most common conditions that I have personal experience with is something called COPD, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder. My grandmother has this condition from smoking 3 to 4 packs inside her house a day. This condition comes with consistent chronic coughing, shortness of breath, fatigue, chest tightness, and respiratory infections. All these symptoms are devastating to the body, and unfortunately they are only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the effects of tobacco on the body. In addition to the excruciating suffering brought on by the tobacco use, especially that of long-term use, there's an overwhelming toll of mortality in general. In researching this topic, one of the most alarming statistics was this: that more than 10 times as many U.S. citizens have died prematurely from cigarette smoking than have died in all the wars fought by the United States. Smoking can also cause cancer almost anywhere throughout the body. There are absolutely no health benefits, like I stated before, to smoking tobacco, unlike other smokable plants like marijuana. Besides the effect on your health from smoking tobacco, there is a large impact on the environment. Cigarette butts alone account for a whopping approximately 845,000 tons of garbage per year. If tobacco were stopped being grown, there would be a 5% reduction in global deforestation and fewer pesticides causing soil and water pollution. In one lab study, the Chemicals Act that leached from a single cigarette, which was soaked in water for 24 hours, released enough toxins to kill 50% of the salt water and fresh water exposed to it for 96 hours, as well as kill 50% of the freshwater and saltwater fish that got exposed to it for 96 hours. On average, it also takes about 9 months for a single cigarette butt to degrade. Overall, tobacco has increasingly harmful effects on human bodies and their environment. I think it would be safe to say that the world would be impacted greatly in a positive way if tobacco were made illegal and eventually eradicated completely. The only possible drawbacks on tobacco illegalization would be the impact on the economy, because on average, Americans spend about $80 billion on cigarettes on other tobacco products per year. However, this can be evened out in the coming years with the likely legalization of marijuana, which is also a highly profitable product and is used for and has many useful various benefits. Some companies that would be negatively impacted by this change are tobacco manufacturers and marketing companies. Smoking is already so highly addictive as it is, but it is even harder to ignore when being advertised to and targeted specifically, nearly everywhere throughout our daily lives. Nearly $10 billion are spent annually on tobacco advertising, so it would be undeniably very impactful for these companies if they were to be made illegal. However, marketing is used for more on a daily basis as new businesses emerge, and these losses would be recovered in a short span of time. Overall, tobacco should be illegal. It has no health benefits. It has no benefits. It kills us at an alarming rate, and I believe that together we can make this world a healthier and better place without tobacco.